With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. There's been a battle for home video and how people get home video content for a long time. Redbox has been a thorn in studio sides for years. Warner Brothers has gone after them, putting on like a 28-day restriction. And now Disney went after them too a little bit. And it looks like Redbox is fighting back. Redbox has taken on the House of Mouse. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I like Disney. I do. I love that what they've been able to accomplish with the Marvel films. And I see what they're trying to do with Star Wars. And we can have those discussions at a later date, essentially. But ultimately, I get it. But the House of Mouse is also very large. And if you could take off a couple layers of skin on that, I'd be okay. So it says here, the movie rental kiosk service Redbox has filed a lawsuit against Disney Home Entertainment Division, claiming the studio is using hard-knuckle tactics from preventing the rental kiosk from renting or selling its popular titles, including Star Wars and Marvel movies. Most recently, Disney had also tried to stifle the sale of digital downloads of Disney movies. And so it makes sense. Disney understands that its money comes from merchandising. That's where the money comes from in a lot of cases, right? But they've got deals with Netflix. In fact, Cars 3, which came out 7 months ago in June, is now on Netflix today. So you can go and watch it if you missed it then, which I'm assuming many of you did. I didn't really care after Cars 2, but I did hear it was a lot better of a movie. But they know where their money's at. They know what they're trying to do. And they also are going to want to start driving people towards the Disney digital service when it comes out probably sometime in 2019. So getting people to not have access to content through Redbox is a good way to kind of create that supply and demand. You create the demand. What do you mean I can't rent this stuff? What do you mean I can't get it? I don't want to go spend $25 to $30 MSRP on a freaking Blu-ray for something. Oh, but what's this Disney digital service over here, you might say? I can watch Mulan for a flat fee of $10 a month. Damn, son. That's what they're up to. In my opinion, at least. That's what I feel they're up to. Now, it says here, according to the lawsuit, Disney badly seeks to stifle competition and eliminate low-cost options in order to maximize the prices and its retailers charge consumers, stopping Redbox's sale of Disney products. It's a mean to an end, which is an unhappy one for customers. I'd argue yes, and it's also an unhappy one for Redbox. Because who is the predominant people you see going to Redbox? Whenever I go, it's always a mom and their kids or a dad and their kids. The kids, they go and they rent movies from there all the damn time. Not to say that there's not a lot of content on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon. Well, I don't think it's so much Amazon for kids, but definitely Netflix and everything else. But still, when it comes to newer content that the kids maybe didn't see in theaters, like Cars or Coco or whatever other movie Disney's put out this year. I think they put out like 20 or something. You can see that as being a problem. Now, the lawsuit alleges that Disney has opposed Redbox rental kiosk service from the beginning, obviously, and it's not surprising that they're challenging them now. The studio launching the new Disney streaming service that should be ready to launch sometime in 2019 called it. Redbox claims that Disney Home Entertainment Division, Buena Vista Home Entertainment, claimed Redbox's prices were too low. It's like $2 a night for a Blu-ray, which isn't bad. And if, 10 people, 12 people, let's say 15 people rent that Blu-ray for $2 a night, then, Redbox has effectively made the money back on the purchase of the disc, even though, see, they get wholesale prices or resale prices. They get wholesale prices, which means that they buy mass copies of those movies for way cheaper than what you would pay at the store. So I'm really only running off of those numbers. I had a guy I knew years ago ran one of those, sell me one of those CD stores that you could sell your CDs, and he started getting movies, and he got a wholesaler's license. So he started getting in movies early, right? So he would call me up and say, "Oh, I got like Fast and Furious, the first movie, a week before it comes out on DVD. Do you want it?" And I'm all like, "Yeah." And it was like $15. He hooked me up with a good deal. So you can always get it at cost if you know these people. So Redbox is buying it at a good rate. And that's one of the things too that I think Warner's tried to do against Redbox years ago was block them from buying the wholesale rate that someone like Best Buy or Kmart or Walmart would do. Trying to get them to pay full price, basically to go to those stores and then purchase them themselves. So yeah, there's been a big pushback against Redbox for quite some time. And Redbox tried to fight that with their own streaming service a couple years ago, but that crashed and burned pretty bad. That did. So yeah. Disney wanted their titles to be only available to Redbox customers 28 days after its initial release, which Redbox refused to accept. Instead, Redbox ended up purchasing the discs themselves at full retail price, including the combination packs of DVDs or Blu-rays that were paired with the digital HD codes. Redbox would then sell themselves along with the renting discs. Now that's a huge FU moment to Disney, man. That's great. Like, oh, you wanna screw us on this deal, Disney? You wanna screw us on this deal? All right, fine. We'll buy everything. Because keep in mind, you got to understand this too. When you go and you buy a movie in the first week, it's always cheaper than if you buy it a week later, right? Usually between $5 and $7 cheaper. Warner Brothers, not so much anymore. They just keep all their new movies at $25 like bastards. But Disney usually can get it for like 20 bucks or something like that. So if you bought it 20 bucks for a rental, all right, for a disc, the Blu-ray disc, the DVD, and the HD, you buy that $20 set, you put that in there because they offer both or all three, you can triple dip on 20 and you will ultimately take home a lot more than that disc is worth, therefore putting more hurt on Disney in the long run. And so that's basically what they did. And that is smart. That is a smart play. That is great. This should be a movie. That sounds weird to say, but it should be a movie. Like how Redbox fucked Disney. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay. I see the comment there saying Disney still wins at the end of the day. And you are totally right. Because they still win. They still make all the damn money. Anyway, so it goes on to say that defendants' actions are harming Redbox's lawful sales of Disney digital movies, and the impact of that harm is not limited to the reduced revenue from the lost sales. Redbox entry into the digital market is being harmed as well, because Disney is impeding Redbox's ability to sell Redbox's lawfully acquired Disney digital movies. Consumers are being dissuaded from looking to Redbox as a source of titles that are high in demand. Now, one could argue, Redbox, but at the same time, this is capitalism at play, and it's a fun game to watch play out. It is. It's a really fun game to watch play out. Because here's the thing: is I don't really use Redbox very often. I buy the movies because I like to collect. But at the same time, when they're running a sale on something, man, I picked up Lego Batman for like $10 a month after it came out on Blu-ray last year, and then I rebought Lego Batman on Black Friday for like $5. So I'm part of the problem. I acknowledge that. Anyway, Redbox claims that Disney also has put pressures on other distributors to cut ties with Redbox. The studio even reduced one distributor's allotment of Disney titles upon learning that they had been a major Redbox supplier. That's great. Disney even reduced one distributor's allocation of Disney titles when it just repeated that there. Both Star Wars and Marvel movies are said to help launch Disney's streaming service in 2019, and yeah, that's the whole thing. This is all about trying to get that streaming service. That is what they want. That is where things are at, and that is going to be a fun game. Ultimately, Redbox is done when it comes to dealing with Disney. But if they lose Disney and Fox, that is what, one third of the studios that are there, it combined into one at that point. But ultimately, out of 6 major studios, losing 2 as getting the content is very much going to have a negative impact on them. And so I can understand why Redbox wants to fight this as a way to protect themselves and protect their business, because even though Warner Brothers has the largest market share in America, which they do, they actually beat Disney by a decent margin in terms of points. It's still something that you want to make sure that you don't lose, because people have kids and kids like Disney, and not everyone's going to get that Disney streaming service, and they still want to be a player in the game. But look, this almost comes across like gambling, right? At the end of the day, it does. It feels a bit like gambling. And what do they always say about gambling? The house always wins. Well, the house of mouse ain't going to lose here either.